From 17 once again, introducing you to my Halo 4 Legendary Difficulty video walkthrough. This is the final section to Mission 1, Dawn, and this is a little exposition moment, so you're going to notice that I've changed my weapons a lot. And one thing that I found really jarring about this new installment is every time you start to sprint and come out of sprinting, it makes like a reload noise, it makes a weapon noise, and it's part of adding detail to the universe. But the problem is, the only time you ever heard that noise before was when you picked ammo up. So I keep thinking I'm picking ammo up for some reason. It's like it's ingrained into my body. But this is the Grunt's new jetpack that you can see. This is the newly designed battle rifle, and I've got to say, folks, the most frustrating part about playing Halo is not having these kind of guns. If you have one of these, you're having a good time, even on Legendary, because you can deal out some serious punishment. As soon as you run out of ammo for these kind of guns and you're using fucking needlers and plasma guns and assault rifles and, you know, just everything that fires really fast and can sometimes do a good job given a situation, but often lets you down, is a bad situation to be in. And this room right now, where I picked up the battle rifle, there is a wall rack filled with weapons, and my first time through this room, I did not know it was there. So I was doing this with like a fucking needler, and it took forever. Because a lot of environments in Halo games, especially in this one, are very similar. It's a similar blend and mix of elements. They put you in an open environment with, you know, multi-tiered levels. There'll be a whole bunch of weapons stashed around the environment. The opponents will have interesting weapons, and how you deal with the situation is completely personal. Obviously, when you play on Legendary, you don't want to be getting too close to anything because it will fuck you up so quickly. It's ridiculous, and a lot of the times it feels incredibly unfair. Like, some weapons just kill you. That's all it is, and then you pick them up and they're useless. That's the wall filled with rifles I didn't know about, and it can sometimes feel unfair. There's a weapon called the binary rifle that you're going to see later on in the walkthrough, and that gun, when you use it, seems pretty powerful, but it doesn't seem half as powerful as when they shoot you with it. But such is the nature of video games. What I'm doing here, for anybody wondering, is I'm trying to use the cover to the best of my ability to clear out all the jackals, because when I get up towards the objective point, there is going to be an elite, and he can give you problems. All these guys are standard, they can hurt you, but you should be pretty adept at killing them. The quick way to kill the jackals, if it works, is to shoot his hand when he's got his shield up. That will stun him so you can shoot his head. But the detection of the bullets on Halo occasionally makes it so much that you feel you're shooting his head, but he's not dying, so just bear in mind, you can get screwed if you're unlucky. And if anybody has a red eye, that means they're a sniper, and they will hurt you a lot. They are nowhere near as much bullshit as they were on like Halo 2 or Halo 3, but they still are capable of dealing some serious damage, so be very, very careful. But like, this game, I had trouble getting this game, which is hilarious, because my bank, for some reason, decided to reject the transaction to pre-order it, so I ended up getting it much later than I should have, which is incredibly disappointing. But there is literally nothing I could have done. I ended up having to go the day of release to buy it, and I don't think I've gone to buy a game that way in forever, because I usually order them online, and I'm so used to them being posted that it felt really weird going back into a shop. And especially buying a game like a Halo game, because I've only ever bought one other Halo game, and that was ODST. And I did like ODST because I felt that it was fun, and the campaign was really decent. And it did introduce Firefight, which is a mode that a lot of people love, and a lot of people are probably going to be quite pissed that it's not in this game. The only thing I can think of is maybe they're holding it for DLC, which I hope they're not. Because, you know, Bungie were always pretty firm but fair with their DLC. And I'm not too sure what 343 are going to do. Because the one thing that really bugged me about this game was the scoring. I couldn't find it in the menus, and I've been checking online, and it seems like it isn't in the game. And if you don't know what I mean, I think ever since Halo 3 you could turn on a feature where you got the multiplayer medals in single player for doing things, and you could get scoring, meta scoring essentially. You could compete with your friends, you could do, you know, all that kind of jazz. But the reason I enjoyed it is because it showed you when you killed things, it showed you when you got headshots, and it told you when you needed to stop firing. And a lot of the enemies on this game have got new animations when they die, so sometimes it's not 100% clear that they are dying. And that can lead to wasting ammo that you literally do not have. And you do not want that. But once you've gone over there and you've pressed the button, it will then cue this sequence where we're going to be running to the evac, or running to the escape pod, sorry. There is no real danger coming up except for environmental damage, and I've not died on this area, so I don't think you should really have to worry whatsoever. But there's some funny things about this new title that I was hoping that they might have changed. Like, one thing I always didn't like about Halo was the fact that because the aesthetic of the game, and because they commit to the aesthetic as a design decision, they hide weapons in crates and things. Like the Covenant crates we've come to understand, they all kind of look the same. We're never really sure if it's a weapons crate or just one of those stupid lunch boxes, so we check them all anyway. But the human stuff seems to be so well hidden at times, especially with the lighting and the effects and everything. Like, I think they should make it clearer where the ammo is. They should put a waypoint to it, or at least, because there's moments when you come up against a mammoth and it shows you literally a piece of UI that says ammo. It's a bunch of bullets. It's like the objective marker. Why don't they do that ambiently in the environment? Like, maybe there's a vision mode that does do that. Maybe it's when you scope in with the goggles. I'm not entirely sure, but I just found it at times, you know, just like I have in every Halo game, to be this almost like an Easter egg hunt. And there's nothing worse than having an Easter egg hunt on Legendary when everything's trying to fucking kill you. And for the most, the checkpoints are pretty decent, but you can still get fucked. I only managed to get fucked once. So, you know, it wasn't too bad. It could have been worse. But you will find out plenty about that in the future videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and you take care now.